we're sharing an update to a very personal story from a member of our CBS News team. Last year, we told you about producer Rodney Hawkins and his family's efforts to restore their ancestral cemetery in East Texas. It's one of many projects across the country aimed at preserving historic black burial sites. Rodney is also digging deeper into his family's past with the help of researchers at Stephen F. Austin State University. Their ambitious goal: find records of every enslaved person in Texas before and after they were freed in 1865. As Rodney shows us, it could help millions trace their ancestry.
Let us all pray together.
What started as a simple search for family history a year ago is becoming a multi-generational journey of self-discovery.
Good to see you.
Family members came from all over the country to complete the restoration of our nearly 2-century-old cemetery, Old Mount Gilead, like my great-uncle Billy Curl from Los Angeles.
This is the one that I was named after. Bill Curl, that's my namesake.
Bill Curl, a sharecropper, was my great-great-grandfather. Last year, we found his grave, bringing to life unexpected memories for my granny.
It was wonderful. You had your grandma on there, and your grandma talked about who her parents were, and then she found her grandfather. We were then able to go and find him in the records.
Linda Reynolds and Kyle Ainsworth are digging deep into the archives at Stephen F. Austin State University.
There are 182,576 slaves in Texas in the 1860 census.
Wait, say that again.
Yeah. 182,576.
They're digitizing the records for each enslaved person registered as property in Texas. They call it the Lone Star Slavery Project.
Why is it just now getting done?
Somebody has to be interested in wanting to do it. Where did my Curl family come from?
I have a feeling inside of these books, you're about to tell me a great story.
We begin with the Bill of Sale from 1842.
I do buy here, sell, and transfer
$5,900 for 14 slaves, including
Richard A. Negro boy, aged about 20 years. So if I'm thinking right, that Richard is my great-great-great-granddad.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of emotional reading this, just because, I'm sorry. Despite this being a document that shows my ancestor as an asset, it still documents that he existed.
Your reaction is the whole reason to do the research.
They found many more priceless documents. We shared them with some of Richard's oldest living descendants, my granny, Curl and Hurd, great-aunt, Ironell Maxey, and great-uncle, Billy Curl.
This is the first document.
Starting with the Bill of Sale.
There are two things. One is I want to cry, and I'm trying my best not to. And the second one is that's my slave name. I'd like to know what my African name is.
I don't know. I'm speechless.
I have a history now.
It's not even understandable.
These documents, including Richard's 1867 voter registration, help us understand how far we've come and how far we have yet to go.
I remember going to the polls with my father. He had to recite the alphabet before they would let him vote.
That's humiliating.
And he did it and paid $2 for his poll tax. I'll never forget that.
We're restoring the cemetery to honor our ancestors who endured for us to be here.
Oh, pretty. Yeah.
My cousin, Sonny Tomlin Seitz, drove from Houston to thank them.
It's just special to be able to pay respect.
Right.
That's the thing, paying respect.
We don't have generational wealth. We're not millionaires, we're not wealthy people, but we have a home, and I call that our legacy.
There's much more work to do.
For all those who've shown up, we thank you.
And we pray we can continue to restore our legacy for generations to come. For CBS This Morning, Rodney Hawkins, Nacogdoches, Texas.
Wow.
Hairs are standing up on the back of my neck. I can understand Rodney's emotion when you think about your relatives who were assets.
Yeah.
But what I like is what Rodney said, it shows that they existed.
Yep.
And then you can connect all the dots when you see a beautiful family, by the way.
Yes, I thought the same thing.
Family.
Thought the same
you can
thing.
see why Rodney is who he is. That was so beautifully done. This is part 2 of the story that he told.
Well, it's what Billy Curl said. I have a history now.
I have a history.
Yeah. The other thing that struck me was 182,576 slaves in Texas in 1860.
And voting is an issue there. How things change and how they stay the same.
Yeah.
Who should
Have to
vote?
recite the alphabet.
People matter, and it's a good
And on
example of that.